Welcome back to Super Mario 64 DS. Last time, I started up a bombs battlefield, and this time I'm gonna start off by reading all these things that I completely missed on this wall. So, whoops, my bad. Oh, I just accidentally turned on a filter. Huh. So if you are playing this on the Wii U, you can actually turn on somewhat of a smoothing filter. Kind of. That looks much worse than having it normally pixelated, so I'm gonna leave that off, but it's definitely a possibility that I didn't know about. It's an uglier possibility, but hey, you can do it. You have to master 2 important jumping techniques if you want to succeed. To triple jump, run and then jump 3 times in a row. If you time it right, you'll hop, skip, and then jump really high. Next, go for the distance with a long jump. Run, crouch, and then jump to leap far. I've been doing all of those for a long time, so, thanks for the help, I guess. And this one over here. You can return to the castle's main hall at any time from the painting worlds. Just press start and pause the game, then select exit course. Cool. That actually was not something I had gone over yet, so yeah, if you just need to exit the level for whatever reason, you found out you got all the stars but you didn't know about it, you can do that. And there's also this toad I just completely ignored. Yoshi! Mario and the others jumped into that picture, but they haven't come back despite the castle's plight. Despite all that, it's really rude to act like a maniac. Use the touchscreen to run and walk, even across narrow ledges. So he actually told me about something that I was going to talk about and kind of forgot about. If you use the touchscreen, you'll notice that I have this really big, kind of ugly looking target on the bottom screen. And that's actually where my stylus is on the bottom screen, and I can use that to walk around if I really don't want to play with the basic controls. And while I'm hopping into the next level, I might as well begin to talk about one of the main negatives of this remake. It's on the DS. The controls are not necessarily as tight as they were in the original game. The reason for that being that it is not true analog control. You are going to be playing this on a D-pad if you play it on the original hardware, and that makes things feel a little bit stiff, and they can get a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you are playing on a DSi or a DS Lite. That sucks. That's just a fact. It sucks to play like that. Now, I'm playing on the Wii Virtual Console, and whenever I do go back to this game, I end up playing it on the 3DS, so I have a pseudo analog stick on the 3DS, and I have an actual analog stick for the Wii U ports. But that doesn't necessarily get rid of the fact that the controls feel a little bit stiff. They aren't as good as they are in the original game. Do I think this is a major negative? God, no. I think it's really a minor thing that people love to whine about, but it's not a big issue. More importantly, this is a star that doesn't actually exist in the original game. This is also a concept that was actually introduced in this game. It hasn't been in any other 3D Mario game until this one. It hadn't been, rather. These are silver stars. Get 5 of them and a real star will appear. You saw kind of a crystal at the very beginning of the level, hopefully, and that's where the actual star will appear. There's also another mechanic that's introduced that uses that exact same crystal for a different purpose. We'll get into that a little bit later, but for now, just know, hey, silver stars, they're real cool. Collect all 5. But yeah, this star was not in the original game. Therefore, after I finish up this level and I collect the star, I'll be seeing you in the N64 version for a little bit. So, silver stars, and this is something I always forget, they can actually be found within Goombas. I forget that, and it's usually the death of me, because I'm like, where's this silver star? It says it's right here. Maybe I have to go up a little bit higher. Maybe I'm on the wrong layer of this level. Nah, it's just in a Goomba. It's just in an enemy. Silver stars are used pretty frequently in this game. That kind of right there shows the reason I don't like the flutter jump too much. It's because if you are falling down, then you will maintain that momentum you had while falling down. So, let me actually go show this off, because I do want to show it off. It's very important if you're going to be using the flutter jump. If you fall down, you still retain that momentum of falling down. So even when you're flutter jumping, you still continue to fall down. You don't do the normal flutter jump where you go down a little bit and then go up. There is literally, if you are falling down, almost no height gained if you're too late into your fall. So, that's another reason the flutter jump really isn't that useful, and another reason Yoshi just doesn't get a lot of love when people play this game, and I'm definitely not going to start giving him a lot of love. He's a very situational character. Anyway, I'll meet you in the N64 version for that beautiful star that I can't get in this one. Oh, before that, you've recovered 3 power stars. Now you can open up any door with a 3 on it. You can also come and go between all of the worlds on the first floor. But where's Mario? Does Yoshi have to save him too? In any case, the adventure continues. Yes, it continues to the N64 version. Oh my, Mario. Your low polygon count is not super flattering. Anyway, let's hop right into the painting and get things started off. So, the star we need to go to is Shoot to the Island in the Sky. This is the really, really basic one that I told you about. That's just not that interesting, all things considered. It's pretty basic. All you have to do is talk to a Bob-omb buddy that will end up opening up a cannon. We haven't done that just yet in the DS version, but we will later. It's pretty basic stuff. You just talk to one person and they open up a cannon for you. Again, super basic. And then you just... Hopefully that's right. Too high. Too high. Okay. I'm making the star a little bit longer than it needs to be, because this will take 5 seconds, trust me. Ooh, the lack of a good camera hurts. It really does. It really does. Going back to the N64 version is, it's a little tough, not gonna lie. But there we go. Hop into the cannon one more time, aim a little bit lower, and I should be perfectly fine. That should make things go swimmingly. It should be good. Just barely. And there we go. That's it. This is the star. See why I'm kind of glad they replaced it? Super basic. Now that we're back from that low poly into another form of low poly, well, it's more pixelated. It's not really low poly, but anyway, more importantly, let's hop right back in because we have one more star to do. Big Bob-omb's Revenge. Remember how I said that first star wasn't actually removed? The original Bob-omb fight is not gone. Big Bob-omb, rather. I apologize for not using his actual name. Yeah, it's this. He has a star where he just gets revenge. This replaces another star. It's the Shooting to the Island star, so I will be showing that off at the end of this episode as well. Wait, I'm being an idiot. I said something which is completely wrong. There's actually one extra star in every single world in the DS version than there is in the N64 version. So this star may not have been in the N64 version, but it's not because they replaced it with a different star. It's because they added it. So there's more content in the DS version than I actually initially thought. I knew they added new areas, I knew they added, or replaced different stars rather, and all that jazz. But I didn't know they actually added one more star to every single world, which is kind of funny, because I've played both versions of this game at least a decent amount, and it's something that was it just never came to my attention. So, I'm wrong here. I don't figure it out until, like, much, much later in the N64 version, so I will meet you back in the N64 version, just not for the reason that I said I would. Yeah, I'm gonna be showing off a lot of the N64 version today, but, it replaces that star, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I really don't actually like that star too much, not because I think it's bad, it's just really short. Something I do want to say about the N64 versions of these stars is that, honestly, a lot of the time, some of the stars are really basic. They're really boring, actually. And the DS version does a really good job of replacing those really basic stars, and I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. Because if I can get more platforming challenges, more reasons to explore the world, then I'm totally fine with that, you know? Even if it is kind of a bit of a rehash from the first level that we've already done, or the first mission we did. But it's not a big deal. What is a big deal, though, is the fact that I fell down there, because I'm an idiot. Whoops. So something I actually haven't mentioned yet is that slopes in this game, they're fun. There are quite a lot of them, and if you get, like, even slightly onto a slope, and you start losing that momentum and you can't get back to the area you were on previously, you will end up sliding down. And that can kind of suck. It's not a major deal, it really isn't. What was... I mean, I knew Mario got a bigger foot whenever he kicked, but not that big. That was actually a lot bigger than I remembered it being. Anyway, more importantly, what was I saying? I forgot. It's probably not super important. The king refuses to be dejected by a single defeat. I'm back with a new star from Bowser. I've also restyled my mustache. Good for you. I'm unstoppable. If you want the power star, you'll have to knock it out of me. But the only way to do that is to pick me up from behind and fling me down. And that'll never happen. Bring it, shorty. Okay. So yep, it's the original fight. If you don't remember what it was, it's kind of like really basic. You grab him, you make sure he doesn't grab you, and you chuck him. Not off the stage. Don't do that. You just chuck him onto the ground. Though you think chucking him off the stage would actually be a little bit better. You think it'd do a bit more damage, but no, it doesn't. It just makes it so he jumps back onto the stage. It's nothing crazy. Or jumps back onto the arena, rather. That's a better way of putting it. You're not actually throwing him out of bounds or anything. That would be a little bit insane. But yeah, this fight is easier than the first one we did. Or is it? No, I'd say it's harder. I remembered something incorrectly. I mean, both fights are really easy, but this fight is a little bit more tricky to the fact that you have to get a bit closer, and he will be able to grab you easier that way, but it's still not bad at all. Both are very easy, so, you know, they're fine. Both are, I guess, pick your poison, I don't know. Anyway, more importantly. Ow, that hurt! Your sneaking skills need help, but you're pretty strong. I've always wanted a servant like you. Here's your star, as I promised. Take it. Farewell. And he's dead. He's never coming back. Last time we see him. Goodbye, Big Bomb. Never gonna see you again. And that's star number 4. I almost said 3. That would be wrong. Math isn't my strong suit, apparently. But we'll end things off in the N64 version. I'll see you there. Hi. I have something to say. I made a mistake. There is only one star that has changed in the DS version of Bob-omb Battlefield, and I said the star that was changed correctly. I just thought there were 2 for whatever reason. I even had it in my notes that there was only 1, and yet, no. 2 changed. Obviously, 2 changed. My notes can't be right. I also wasn't looking at them during this episode, so I apologize about that, and I'll definitely fix that in the future. I will be paying attention to my notes very closely from this point onward. But more importantly, I am actually ending this off in the N64 version because I didn't want the structure of this video to feel super duper odd. So here I am in the N64 version. But with that being said, that's it. That's the end of this video. We are getting ever so closer to completing Bob-omb Battlefield 100%. Next episode, we will actually be completing almost the rest of it. I'm not going to get 1 more star because I can't get it yet. I technically could. I'm not going to, though. But that's for next time. So next time, on Mario 64 DS, I will be doing what I just said. But again, that's for next time. Until then.